Don't forget, your reports have to be in on time.
The successful persons out there are usually the hardest workers. While the rest of the world might be sitting watching television, achievers are working out to achieve their goals.
Dreams thrive here. Okay? Dreams thrive here at the Dennery Credit Union. What does that mean to you? As a student about to receive this award, what do you understand by this expression? Anyone willing to share? Well, let us ponder on that expression as we listen to our esteemed guest speaker, Mr. Sheriff.
You see, I've had the opportunity to serve in the education system and interact with students for almost 25 years now. And one thing I have noticed is that a lot of students struggle to meet the basic requirements for a proper education. And sometimes you see, as educators, students come into school with no pencil, pens, even on the day of the exam, they say looking for a calculator. And we see so many students who are struggling. So today, I am happy to be part of a team of persons who found it fitting to provide some assistance financially to you, the students, and of course you, the parents, as you seek to make the burden a lot easier as the students pursue their secondary school education this year and for those who are continuing for the rest of the years. And I can see some students who've been here for the last 4 years, some persons who have gone on to SOAFA and others who have benefited from this program. And so we must applaud. So before I go to my speech, I'll just put that once together for the credit union and its contribution to the parents and the students and all those who are benefiting from it. So every one of you are 11 or more. And based on what I have learned, that everyone who has reached the age of 12 has full understanding. So it means every one of you now should have some kind of understanding as to what you want to be 5 years down the line, 10 years down the line, or wherever life should take you. And you are not too young to dream. If not, I want you to set your dreams today. Because it is the Credit Union intention through this scholarship program that you achieve your dream. I want you to remain focused. And so this afternoon I want to present to you 7 little tips that I want you, students, and of course parents, to consider as we help our own students and children achieve and meet their dreams. Step number 1, or tip number 1, I want you to dream it. Everything begins in your mind or in your heart. Every great achievement began in the mind of a person. They had to dream and believe it was possible. I want you to take the time and find something that you want to be or to achieve down the line. So that's the first step you must have in life. Think of something, consider an idea, consider a profession, consider some success. We see it all around the place. We see persons who have achieved, we see persons who have gone before us. And so I want you, students, first of all, to think of something or someone or some idea that you want to achieve or you want to be like. Step number 2, I want you to believe it. Yes, you see, your dream needs to be big. It needs to be something that is beyond your capabilities, but it must be believable and realistic. I don't want you to be thinking of something that you cannot. But at the same time, I want you to think big. And I want you to believe that it is possible, because I believe in the Bible, and I believe most of you here believe in the Bible. And if I look at the verse in Philippians 4:13, it says, I can do all things through Christ who gives me strength, or strengthens me. And so we must believe that whatever we put our minds to achieve, we can achieve it. I have this principle in life: if somebody before me has gone and succeeded at it, I can do it too. And I want you to have that same kind of mentality. If somebody has done something good and they've succeeded at it, you too can do it and even do better. So never believe or to limit yourself or say to yourself, I cannot achieve. So step number 2, I want you to believe it. Think of something that you can achieve and believe that you can attain it. Number 3, I want you to see it. It is said that the great achievers, the millionaires we see around the place, they started at some low level. Some of them were maybe mechanic in the garage somewhere. Some persons, if you listen to some stories of even our own St. Lucian, who St. Lucians have gone on to achieve. You hear some of them saying that they started in a little shop by the wayside and then they saw themselves in a big position. And so I want you to see yourself in that position. Imagine yourself operating in that dream. See yourself as who you want to become. And if you have that kind of mentality, you have that kind of thinking, it may just drive you to be where you have to be. And so, step number 3, I want you to see it. Number 4, I want you to tell it. See, one reason it says that some of us never go anywhere with our dream is because we keep it to ourselves. If you want to achieve your dream, it is important that you tell it to others for 2 reasons. One, the more you say it to other persons, the more you believe it's going to happen and the more it may happen. And number 2, when you say to other persons, they will hold you accountable for your dream. Because if I say to you, I want to become this, you will keep reminding me, but remember you said you want to become a doctor? Remember you said you want to become this, you want to become that? But you're going along the wrong path, and it will help me remain in line. So students, I want you to tell your dreams to your parents, to somebody, your teacher, your principal, somebody, so at least it is documented somewhere, be it on paper or in somebody's thinking, that they can help you remain focused. Because if not, with all the influences we have around this world, negatively that is, we may just lose focus and jump out of our dream. And persons may even decide sometimes, but we have to be careful. I'll be saying that later down the line. But we have to be careful too. But it's important that we tell persons our dream, so that they can help us stay focused, remain on track. And as I said earlier, the more you speak it, the more you believe it's going to happen, the more it will happen. There's what you call self-fulfilling prophecy. Sometimes it can be used negatively, but I want to use it positively. I'll say what it is. Self-prophecy, self-fulfilling prophecy, it is, in a nutshell, statements made about you that you make happen because it is said about you. So if somebody says to you, you'll amount to nothing, because that is so instilled in you, you amount to nothing. But there's the reverse. If persons say to you that you will achieve, you will achieve. It is said that some research was done and a child was placed in the class that was supposed to be the advanced class, but this child was a weak child. But because this child believed that he was able to fit in that class, he believed he was one of them, and he ended up achieving because he was placed in a situation where all around him were achievers. And so if you start to speak your dream and you start to say it, you may just believe it and you may just achieve it. So, point number 4, you must tell it. Point number 5, plan it. Every dream must take the form of a plan. Set a time frame for completing every task that is needed in your plan. You should be well acquainted with what you want to be in life, that you choose subjects to guide you in the right path. I know most schools at the end of Form 2, you choose subject in terms of the CXC stream. The successful persons out there are usually the hardest workers. While the rest of the world might be sitting watching television, achievers are working out to achieve their goals. Use your dreams to better others. Remember where you came from and who assisted you along the way. You see, we have to remember, and I'm saying that I'm happy with that 7th point, because we have to remember the contribution that the credit union is making into your life. Never forget where you came from. Your first loan should be from the credit union. Your first bank account should be at the credit union. Remember who assisted you. And remember that you got assistance, and when it's your time, assist somebody as well. You see, sometimes we forget where we came from. Never be too arrogant. Never feel too swell-headed, so conceited that you have achieved, you have your ones and your degrees, and you forget where you came from. Or you forget the very people who assisted you. So while you're enjoying your dream and your success, remember where you came from. Contribute to your community. Make your community a better place. Because this is the very community that you're going to live in, most likely. This is the very community where your children may grow in. And this is the very community, if you don't assist, you may have people becoming vagrants who may very well interfere in your own property. First of all, you must dream it. Secondly, believe it. Thirdly, see it. Fourthly, tell it. Fifthly, plan it. Sixthly, work it out. And of course, number 7, enjoy it. So go out there and enjoy your dream. Go out there and attain that dream. And start right now. Because provision has been made for you. I will not leave here if I don't address the parents. Parents, the journey has just started. Secondary school is just another page in the book of their life. Parents, your work at secondary school is a tasking one. I can say, based on my experience, both at the primary and secondary school, that the primary school years are easy years. Raising a child, I'm telling you. Because the influences are just the influence of the community. But when your child goes to Castries, or to Clinton Mason, or to Miku, or to Viewfort, they are faced with hundreds of students with different characteristics. And if you don't play your part in your child's life, they may very well choose a path that you will not want them to. So your work has just started, and I'm going to tell you it will be 5 years of rough times. But if your child is built on the right foundation, if your child has the right footing, it may be a very 5 easy years. So your work has just started. Don't be one who supports your child at the end of primary school and you reappear 5 years at graduation. You must plan or play an integral part in your child's life, in your child's education. You should be monitoring every activity, school related or not. Your name must be a household name positively at the school. It should be every parent's desire to see their child succeed. And so I urge you parents to be that guy. Pray with them and for them. Take them to church, not send them to church. See to it that schoolwork and assignments are done and submitted on time, especially SBAs. SBAs, as far as I know and as far as I stand here, the only 2 subjects I know with no SBA, they're French and Spanish. HSB is going out of the door because it's not really recognized at CX anymore. So most schools are doing away with HSB. But in terms of the CXC subjects, French and Spanish alone for now. And who says in the next 2-3 years they will not have SBAs? These are the only 2 for now I know with no SBAs, which means every other subject has SBA. And once a child does not go to the SBA and submit on time, the child has failed. And so I'm saying to you parents, monitor every assignment. See to it that the child remains focused. Help them organize their study time or study timetable and help them to stick to it. Parents, I'm urging you to play your part. Don't be like the boy who beat his mother's hair because he was on his way to prison. And by doing that, he was letting his mother know that had she played a positive part in his life, he would not have been in that situation. Serve God and achieve your dream. And speaking of dream, I want to end again with a verse from the Bible. It's one of my favorites. It says in Jeremiah chapter 29 and verse 11, "For I know the plans I have for you, says the Lord. Plans to prosper you, plans to give you hope, plans to give you a bright future." See, God's plan is for us to succeed. God's plan is for us to excel.
Live in that prosperity. Live in that dream. And may God bless you all.
We've made it possible for you to enjoy these scholarships. So we would like you to make the best use of it. We would not like to see anybody be taken out of the program. The parents ensure that your children can maintain the average score that they have to be able to remain in this program. In a few years to come, I would like to see all of you have attained and have reached your goal. And as they said, dreams thrive here. And that you will be able to come back because you recognize that there must be continuity. As we move, we've set the path for each and every one of you. I wish all of you the best, and parents, congratulations, those their children are going to the secondary school for the first time. And just continue the good work, and you will make us very proud. Thank you.
We are volunteering our time and our talent, and to make sure that you get something from us. I would hate to know that we have to withdraw a scholarship. It hurts me when the committee sits and we look at your reports. And awardees, I need to tell you, don't forget that your reports have to be in on time. As soon as you get your reports, you take them to the credit union and they make a copy and they give you back the original. So you have a file and it stays in your file. A lot of times we have to call at home to ask, where is your report? Why didn't you bring it? Where's your report? It's at home, it's there. It's supposed to be there, but you're supposed to give us a copy at the credit union. You make our work much harder. Don't forget, we are giving of our free time. We take time off our business and we come and sit down and discuss and look at ways in which we can help you. Yet you don't seem to care. Now, I'm not just when I'm talking to the awardees, I'm talking to the parents as well, because you know that your child has to bring in the report. If you don't want to send him or her to take the report to the credit union, yourself bring it to the credit union. Take it there. Your child has received a scholarship and your child is going to a secondary school. Going to a secondary school does not mean that everything is complete for your child, parents. And parents, your work is just beginning. Let your child do the assignments. You know, something I noticed that after the first year, sometimes after the first term, the child comes in with a very nice report. Go on to the second term, the child goes down. You have to look at your child's report and you need to speak to your child and find out why. Oh, where is the problem? What is the problem? Where is your weakness at? And you need to find ways and means of helping that child to do better. And we offer to help wherever your weaknesses are. If we cannot do the subject that you are weak at, we'll find some way of helping you.
St. Lucia gets ready for the biggest prayer and praise gathering. On August 18th, the Cultural Center comes alive with powerful testimonies, gospel music expressions, guest speakers, and ministry from St. Lucia's top gospel music ministers. St. Lucia, come experience the ministry of AJ, Wilburn, Pedro, One Voice Chorale, Zenny Fady, and the Vertical Bass Band. Special guest speaker for the night, out of Queens, New York, the CEO of Hope is Rising and pastor of Liberty Bible Fellowship Church, Queens, New York, Pastor Joe Prasad. Also come and experience the ministry of our featured gospel ministers. Out of Trinidad and Tobago, backed up by the One Caribbean Band, Jaron Nurse. And the return of the energetic Imran Henry. Hope is Rising 2K18, St. Lucia, you're next. Gonna be epic. Tickets for Hope is Rising St. Lucia edition is only $25. Groups of 5 pay only $20 each. For more information, contact Daniel Boots Dennis at 758-484-7737.